My name is May Hong. I am the speaking voice of Mira from K-pop Demon Hunters, and this is Moana Nui podcast. Signing off. Happy fans. Do it with me. Happy fans. Happy Hon.
Good evening and welcome to our second July edition podcast of Moana Nui After Dark presents Whatcha Watchin. Because I just realized that this is our second show this month because we did one at the beginning of the month. How is everyone doing?
Doing good.
Pretty damn good, yeah, actually.
Are we surviving the summer, the heat, and everything? No one's melted yet, right?
Have not melted yet.
Not yet.
Have not. Even though I live in the devil's ass, I have not melted yet.
Damn. That's not a good place to live.
I mean, when you wake up at 8:30 and it's already 85 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Atlanta hasn't been that bad, but I've been outside at 5 a.m. in the morning and it's been like 78, 79, 80. And I'm like, the sun ain't even up yet. All right. So as always, if this is your first time joining us,
Spoilers.
lots of these going to happen tonight. So if you haven't seen anything that we discuss, your fault.
Pretty much.
But let's get started with our main topic of discussion, the Odyssey. And for the uninitiated and those who were just born 5 minutes ago, story made up by a blind Greek for entertainment purposes.
Wait, you mean there's no historical accuracy?
None.
Hold up. Before you talk about that, I want an opinion about the San Diego announcement. I just want your overall opinion about who's going to be playing.
I'm good with it.
I'm fine with it.
Which character are we referring to?
You know which character she's referring to.
Why are we trying not to say
I don't have a problem with it. I have no problem with it. I personally like how they are moving up the storyline.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know they kind of switched it around to where I think if T'Challa was still alive, dude kills him, and then Shuri becomes Black Panther. So I'm trying to see if Doom is gonna kill Shuri, and then
they might skip that altogether because he's already dead. And so rather than
no, that's what I'm saying. Instead of they're gonna switch it to where it's now a Shuri storyline, and then Doom and Shuri are doing the fighting, and then it goes to the prelude to the next Black Panther 3.
I don't know. I would hope that they would leave Shuri intact, not only as because we've already experienced so much loss in that family, because lost his dad in the first movie, lost his cousin in the second movie, him and his mom in the third movie. First movie being Captain America: Civil War. Then him and his mom in the second Black Panther movie. So I don't need Shuri to die just for canon, consistency. There was no plan for Chadwick Boseman to actually die. He was supposed to be here. So when they first introduced T'Challa, son of T'Challa, on the island in Haiti, I was like, oh, they're gonna age him up. I knew exactly where they were headed. They're gonna age him up. He's probably gonna be part of the Young Avengers or whatever, and it made perfect sense. I'm fine with them aging up because I feel like they were doing that with him and Kamala and
Kate Bishop,
young Hawkeye. Y'all are about to be a squad, yeah. Mm-hmm. Right? I wouldn't be surprised if he has a smaller role in Black. I think this Black Panther movie would be his coming of age. It comes out after Doom, right?
Yeah.
So I can see in the Doom movie him maybe being tapped to like his first adventure, you know, and Shuri as his muse or tech person back home, the way she was for her brother. You know, I got all the tech back home. I'm sending you out on a mission, etc. As because she really just wants to do research anyway. So I can see it being where that's how they work it. Maybe Doom critically injures somebody, or he realized he's not quite ready, or something, and then we go into his movie. I can see that happening.
The Russos have already confirmed they are killing somebody in this film.
I'll go a little bit further and say, I don't believe that any of the Wakandans will play a major role in Doomsday.
Wait, James, you said the Russos confirmed that they're killing somebody or killing somebody from Wakanda.
They're killing somebody in this film. They've already confirmed somebody in Doomsday is going to die, and it's going to be permanent.
Well, they kill people.
Doom. I mean,
nah,
they're not killing as in a comic book death.
They're not killing Doom. But remember, this film is a jump off for like the next 2 or 3 Avengers movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is the setup for those next couple of Avengers films, no matter how far out they are. But there are 3 more films because it's like what the next part 1, part 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, have the next 3 Avengers movies been confirmed?
Yes.
Because the reason I asked that question is, now granted, we all know they pick and choose what aspects of the comics to follow as they see fit. Since they're doing Doomsday, which in the comics, there's an event at some point in the comics, the Avengers subtitle in the comic becomes The Road to Secret War. And that's when we start having all the incursions. And then at some point you get to Battle World, which is when all the multiverse has collapsed into one universe. And at the end of Battle World in the comics, Franklin restarts the multiverse.
Who is Franklin?
He's Reed Richards' son.
Okay.
Reed and Sue's kid.
Yeah, Reed and Sue's kid. So the reason I asked about the next few Avengers films, because if they follow certain storylines from the comics, there will be a contraction and then a reboot of the multiverse.
So hold on. So in that regards, as far as I don't think titles have been announced. We just know that 2 of the 3 are like part 1 and part 2.
Okay.
So because whatever the original plan was when, before the thing happened and we lost the whole King Dynasty thing, they had names. But since they've gone this direction, they've kept the slots, moved the dates slightly, but the titles have been removed because they were all going to be predicated off the King Dynasty and other things, whatever of that nature. So to retool this for Doom to be the linchpin and the kickoff point for all this, it's something different. So I don't know what the titles are going to be, so to speak, but it's just like an Avengers film part 1 and Avengers film part 2, and then a third Avengers film that's not part 3, but it's still an Avengers film that wraps up the story starting in Doomsday.
Gotcha. Okay. The other thing I wanted to throw out, the reason I asked the question at the beginning of which part are you talking about was because I don't like Ryan Gosling being cast as Ghost Rider.
I that wasn't even in. He doesn't exist to me.
So first of all, I don't care. My pinky toe could have been cast to play Ghost Rider, because Nicolas Cage has almost ruined that character for me, like entirely. The only saving grace was, I'm blanking on the actor's name, but
the dude on the horse.
The fact that they went with Reyes in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
That's who they should have got.
So is Gosling playing the original Ghost Rider, or is he playing
Johnny Blaze?
He's playing Johnny Blaze. So who's Cosmic Ghost Rider right now?
Right now, Cosmic Ghost Rider is the Punisher.
No, they're not going to do that to Barenthal yet.
I don't think they're going to do that at all.
Yeah, that's what I said, or ever.
Yeah.
I was today years old and I realized I've been saying his name wrong, and it's Bernthal. Because I've been saying Barenthal, like Berenthal, and it's Bernthal.
Bernthal, yeah.
Oh.
He will always be Crazy Shane to me.
He'll be Shane.
Yeah. But yeah,
or he'll be the Punisher. Yeah.
I have no problem with the Black Panther casting, and I'm amazed that so many Black people are upset at a Black British actor being cast to play a fictional person in a fictional African country.
Mm-hmm.
They sounded about as stupid as the people who were mad Lupita was cast as Helen of Troy.
And this is why I agree with Damon Young when he said, well, he was talking specifically about men, we could expand it for this, but Black men or the white people of the Black community.
Black women, yes.
But in this point, in this moment, narrow-minded Black people or the white people of the Black community, because that's the same, to your point, that's the exact same thing they were saying about Helen of Troy. It's not historical. None of this is historical because it's a fantasy in the first place. And if you want to get historical, y'all whitewashed the Greeks in the first place, right? I'm not saying that the Greeks are Black. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying they had a lot of dealings across the small ocean between, the small body of water between Southern Europe and Northern Africa. And of course, they had seen the Ethiopians. Then people are going to say, Ethiopia is further south. It is now. But they referred to all of Africa as Ethiopia. And they said they were the most beautiful people they had ever seen. So it stands to reason that on the, going up and down, they found these twins and was like, they kind of fine. And a couple of brothers married them, right? And you end up with the most beautiful woman in the world, happening to have been Ethiopian in nature. However, she was born from an egg.
Right.
Because Zeus was getting his freak on all over.
Because Zeus somebody else.
Serial assaulter. Yes.
Okay. Y'all not mad about the rape, but you're mad about it as a Black woman. Okay.
Yes.
I'm okay with that now. That makes so much sense now.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid asses.
I'm not surprised that they're more mad about that. They don't care about because a matter of fact, somebody pointed out that not only did they bleach out everything in Greek history, Greek stories, even if the stories were about people from other planets, they were all white. Statues too, like some of them statues was bronze and are now white. Mm-hmm. But they also turned all of Zeus's assaults into seductions.
Right.
He came to her, he was with her. He raped these women.
Which to me, that kind of says a lot about their attitude.
Yes.
Towards that.
Yes.
Because they want a harem.
Right.
Exactly.
And to them, Zeus had a harem. They were just spread out all over the place. And he would just call on them whenever he wanted to see. No, that's not how that worked.
Right. And none of them were willing. Like I love the discussion around Medusa, where she was a beautiful woman. Mm-hmm. She got assaulted. They blamed her for it, which sounds hella familiar to me. And turned her into a Gorgon so no one else could look at her. But she never do anything wrong.
Nope.
Right. And another woman being mad at her for her being assaulted. All of that tracks. All of it tracks.
Yep.
So how many of us here have read any part of the Odyssey, or by further extension, the Iliad, at any point in their academic lives?
I read them both in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I will say that this is probably the most elaborate representation visually that I've seen since reading the thing in high school.
It's funny you should say that, because there's aspects of the Iliad that are in this movie, and they are two different bodies of work. But
yes, they are.
They should have just called this oldgreekstories.com, like, because they mix so much stuff up in it that if you like most of us who probably read it, because I don't know if kids today are reading it at all, but those of us that read it 20, 30 years ago, I don't remember if Circe was in this one or that one, with the pigs and things. I don't remember if Calypso was in this one or that one. Exactly. Athena wasn't in either. And so they just pulling all kinds of stuff. They might as well put Perseus in there. Why not? Perseus and the horse. Who cares?
You already blended a couple of things from this story and that story. You might as well make it complete. All the Homer stories mixed into this one tale.
Right. Throw Dante's Inferno in there. Who cares at this point?
Which again is why I don't understand this cry for historical accuracy.
Because they be believing they own BS, and they think that this is history because they can't tell the difference.
Yep.
This is why I say
just because historically it's true that they used to worship these gods doesn't mean that this story is true about them.
Right. So I will say that.
How you gonna be screaming historical accuracy when y'all had a whole white man playing Moses? I remember you, Charlton Heston.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Y'all still got Ted Nugent, Jesus. Like, that's not true either. And you can say that that's not historically accurate, because if the religion is to believe Jesus really existed and he was woolly haired and bronze skin, that sounds like Sound more Puerto Rican to me than anything. I'm just saying.
Definitely Middle Eastern, probably.
Yep. Jesus was given olive skin. So fix that and then come talk to me about Lupita Nyong'o.
And I'm sure the bread he was giving them was falafel.
Right. Who but a black person's out here with a loaf of bread and some fish, making fish sandwiches for everybody? Right? Making sliders.
I mean, that don't sound like any other community I know of except us.
A burnt offering is a barbecue.
Right.
I'm not even joking. They ate them. They ate the once they sacrificed it and blessed it and everything. Now you just got animals. I mean, it's gonna rot. We ain't got
dead animal just chilling, charred and whatnot. Might as well.
I specifically asked a religious person. I'm not a religious person, but I asked what's the word? Minister or someone with a doctorate of divinity about that. And they were like, yeah, once it was done with the cutting of once the offering was done. They cooked it and ate it. And I was like, that's a barbecue. And he's like, get out. But I wasn't wrong.
So are we saying that the Last Supper was really the first recorded cookout?
Yes.
The
Last Supper was the first cookout. And anointing your head with oil is greasing your scalp. I anointed my head with oil this morning.
Sounds right to me.
Oh gosh, back to the fictional story we started the show with. I will say I like the take on this in that how they expanded upon Odysseus didn't want to go home.
Yeah,
because that is, I don't think that's, and again, I'm trying to reflect back on something I read 30 years ago. You learn that they spent 10 years trying to take Troy, and then he spent 10 years trying to get home. It doesn't ever seem like he doesn't want to go home. It's kind of like, at least from what I remember reading, it's like they were trying to get home and dumb shit happened along the way.
Mm-hmm.
In this film, he pretty much looked at what they did in Troy and was like, yeah,
we don't deserve to go
what
home.
We did, and we deserve to be punished. And I'm gonna make sure we all get punished. So we ain't going home. It's just that I ain't telling the crew.
Right. Because my first signal for that was, well, for one, everybody else is going home on the highway and you decide to take the back road shortcut. That's your first mistake.
That you didn't even know how to navigate.
You don't even know where the food is. You don't know where the rest stops are or nothing in open water. And you're like, we're going to go this way. It's a shortcut. Shortcuts in any movie have never worked out for anybody. Right. So we already knew that was the first. And then you're not even keeping close to other people. It's just you and your people in these three ships and y'all head out. And then you get hungry enough. When they found that sheep, I'm gonna go through everything he did wrong. When they found that first sheep, okay, take the sheep, kill it, use that. That's a plenty of meat to get to the next place, wherever you got to go. Now, where there's a sheep, there's a flock. If they had caught and killed a flock of sheep, there's no way they could have got that meat to last long enough to get home, unless they smoke cured it, which ain't nobody setting fire on a boat. So it was going to be wasteful anyway. That one sheep should have been enough, but he decided he wanted to go in further, looking for trouble. Then the whole thing with the Cyclops, which was a mess. Cyclops was minding his business. Right. He took care of his little sheep every day, took them out, brought them back, slept. He wasn't hurting nobody. They came in his house, messing with his stuff. And then when they did blinded him and managed to escape, bruh, why you turn around and shoot that boy in the eye? He ain't do nothing to you.
Nope.
He ain't do nothing to you. And you heard him talking to Poseidon. You heard him say that Poseidon was his dad or call on Poseidon. That's one of Poseidon's people. Why would you do that? Why would you already broke Zeus's law? Now you messing with his brother's nephew or whatever? Come on. When he turned back and shot that arrow, I was like, oh, Odysseus is an asshole. Like,
yep.
That's what I thought. And then all the other things that they did. He kept trying to figure out how to get his group home. But if you really wanted to get your group home, you should have followed Agamemnon in the first place.
Right.
You didn't want to
right there behind them, talking about we ain't got enough food to make it because they got bigger boats and more mouths to feed. How are we not going to have enough food to make it? We just lasted 10 years on this beach trying to take Troy.
That's another thing. They could have sacked Troy a little bit more since already burned it to the ground. They had food, so we've done enough to them. Let's leave them.
You're not gonna convince me there was no food left after you killed everybody in the city.
There was food left. They wasn't gonna eat it because they dead. So there was food to be taken, but he was like, "Nah, leave it. We've done enough to them," and that was bogus too. You set them up for failure. It's like trying to do cross country with half a tank of gas. Talking about it'll be all right, bruh. What are you doing? The other thing, when they ran across the Sirens, and he just decided he wanted to listen. What's wrong with you? Why would you do that to yourself?
That part I do remember reading in the story. He did have them tie them to the mast and made them put wax in their ears so that, because again, wanting to be punished. Because in reading it doesn't make sense. It's like, all right, because again, the narrative is slightly different. You're actively trying to get home in the written story. In this one, it's set up for him actively trying to punish everybody, but himself even more. So this made a little bit more sense the way they played it out visually. But yeah, he wanted masochist. That's the best way I can put it. Masochist. That was masochist behavior.
And he was trying to get his his penance. He decided what his penance was going to be.
Right. But my thing is, look, first of all, bro, your Trojan horse was your idea. So this is your penance. I was just following orders. We came here to kill them. Now we snuck in to kill it. It was kind of messed up what we did, but that was you. That was you. Why I gotta do your penance? Right? I should just get my salary as a soldier and take my ass home. Why are you doing this to me, bro? He got everybody killed.
Oh God. I will say the only thing I would give him a pass on is when they ran across Cersei, because they really didn't do anything to her. At that point, she had been pretty much done dirty so much that she was just like, every dude that come up on this island going to get 4 legs.
Yep.
I don't care who they are, how innocent or guilty they may be. Like, everybody going to get it from running across me because I'm tired. That was a woman at her breaking point, was like, F everybody.
Yeah.
So the interesting part about that, and this I remember from the book, Odysseus had been given, I forget what Hermes gave Odysseus something so that he will be immune to Cersei's potion. One of the really screwed up parts about it is once she found out that he was immune, Odysseus forced Cersei to turn his men back into men, and they stayed with her for another year while her and Odysseus were lovers.
It's messed up, Odysseus.
Right. You got a wife you allegedly are trying to get back home to, but you're going to stay an extra year and kick it with your side piece.
And all the other people got family to get back to too. If we stay in here because you trying to get something, bro, it's been a year. I can understand a month while you build up, maybe repair your ships, harvest some stuff or whatever. But a year, dude, come on. You don't want to go home.
Nah, you really didn't. Because who was after Cersei?
Calypso.
No, it was between when they actually went into Hades. They sailed into Hades, or at least the land between the living and Hades.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. Did they get to the giants? Were the giants before or after Hades? I don't remember.
Was it after?
The giants were before.
After. Okay.
Not Molly.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was called Molly. Yeah, it was called Molly, which was funny as hell to me.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, the giant scene was kind of wild though. I did like that one because they just basically walked up, saw a kid screamed, the adults came out and basically flung them around like rag dolls.
Now I will say, because that was critical, because he still had 3 boats at that time.
Yep.
So I will say that wasn't on him because nobody was prepared for that. And they ran as fast as they could. It wasn't like he tried to stay and fight. And he even, as soon as he realized this is a child I'm looking at that's almost my height, he's like, get back to the ship. And it was too late.
Yeah, it was too late because then the forest started moving around them. The forest was like, nah, y'all can't leave.
The Forrest was a paid actor. Yes.
If that's a baby, how big are his parents?
Exactly.
That was too much.
And yeah, they did lose the 2 boats at that point. And then they went to the land between here and Hades. And he got the last prophecy as far as what was going to happen to his crew. Basically just being told, you're going to make it home. But no matter what else you do, your whole crew going to die.
Yep.
And every step along the way, this is going to happen. You're going to have a choice. Choice A, everybody dies. Choice B, some people die.
Yep.
And that's going to happen from here till you get home.
And you just followed
Deal with
Agamemnon. You'd have been home.
And eventually Poseidon got you because he ain't forgot what you did to his son.
His son, yep.
So yeah, everybody died. Everybody drowned. Everybody gone. And you on a piece of driftwood. Calypso found you. You messed around with her for another 7 years. And then
Apollo's flock. Apollo's flock. He told them, like,
that's what it was.
Y'all gonna be tempted to eat this meat. No, we swear we ain't gonna eat no meat. We got provisions. We gonna be good. We fix up the ship. We get out of here. It may take a little bit longer because we're gonna be stuck here for a while. Nah. We're gonna make it work. Okay. You wake up in the middle of the night. The fuck they?
Why do I smell ribs?
Yeah, idiots.
You know,
just because you eat quiet doesn't mean the gods can't see your dumb ass.
Right.
I kind of wish they gave us a little bit more as to what happened to them. Like, we know they died, but
the boat, the ship got torn apart. Remember, they went back out to sea afterwards because they did fix the boat.
Mm-hmm. They had just enough dry,
remember, the wind calmed down enough for them to sail out because that's why they couldn't sail out.
That's right.
Once they got there, the wind was too strong to let them go back out to sea. So the wind stopped to let them get out there, and then Poseidon pretty much turned them upside down.
Which is how he ended up on the driftwood with Calypso. That's right.
Right. And Calypso was like, "Oh, you cute. Here, eat this lotus. Get amnesia. Stay with me for 5 years." And she just kept feeding. She kind of made no sense because first it was like, "All right, stop eating because you got to remember." Nah, keep eating it because I want you to forget. Now stop eating because I want you to remember. But keep eating because I want you to forget. Like, make up your mind. Pick a lane.
I wonder how many times they had gone through that, where she was like, if you want to remember, stop eating. And then he's like, I don't want to remember more. She goes, okay, eat some more. Stay with me. Like, I wonder if this was just the time that he finally broke through and was really ready to go home. Or if you want to think from a fate and divinity standpoint or mysticism standpoint, when his family was really, really finally for real in trouble and his son was about to get it, he's like, I need to go home.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But even when he went home, he turned around and left, which also, again, points to the fact that he didn't feel like he deserved to be king of nobody. He didn't feel like he deserved to go home. But also, if you had listened to your wife in the first place and sailed out before all this happened, we wouldn't even be here. But putting him in exile was a good cap off to the whole thing because your son gets to take over.
Mm-hmm.
Penelope is where she want to be, which is next to you, and y'all can ride off into the sunset like you were supposed to. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just don't think
the exile was more so because of them killing all the other nobles, or him killing all the other nobles.
Yeah,
because that was violations of Zeus's law as well.
Mm-hmm. I also found it interesting that there was this rumor of the people from the sea all over the place, because you forget that he's been gone for 20 years.
Yeah,
and this rumor of people of the sea finally reaches their shores, and it turns out it was him the whole time. He's the invader. That broke Zeus's law and basically broke the world by getting rid of normalcy, you know?
And I kind of wonder, at what point did he realize they are the people from the sea? Because when he's sitting there talking to her at the end, and he you can see at the end when he tells her, we ended up being the people from the sea. But I just really wonder, at what point during his voyage home did he realize they're the people from the sea?
I don't think they did. I don't think he realized that, because were they told about the people at the sea while they were away, or was that something that was just told to the people?
I think they heard it once when they stopped.
Cersei said something about it.
Okay.
Yeah, Cersei did mention it. I don't remember if anybody else did along the way, but I remember.
I want to say the guy on the beach mentioned it.
Yeah. Oh, the first town they went to and ransacked on the way home. Yes.
Yeah.
He did.
Why are you burning those people's homes? They didn't do nothing to you.
You could have traded with them.
They probably said no, which could have been enough for them to.
Okay, well,
That's
fine.
true.
If you're gonna be assholes, all right, then just beat them up, take the food, and leave. But you don't have to burn their homes.
No.
Right.
In that era, you pretty much burn the homes and make them suffer for saying no. Yeah.
That was just this is kind of why I'm like, they deserve to die.
Yes, they did.
They deserve
Yes,
it.
they did. They deserved every single bad thing that happened to them from the moment they decided not to follow Agamemnon. And
Speaking of-
Agamemnon quit it as soon as he got home anyway.
I was about to say, speaking of Agamemnon, he also deserved to die.
Yep.
Which you not and you remember he sacrificed his daughter to get
That
what
cute
good.
little girl did not deserve that.
But why did he sacrifice her? Wasn't it to like get victory in war or whatever?
Yes, but you were supposed to. The sacrifice was supposed to be something precious
Important
to
to
you.
you. It had to be something precious
And his
to you.
daughter was not important to him.
No, it was important to his wife,
Mm-hmm.
and he should have paid a little bit more attention. I mean, if you were gonna do that, you could have sacrificed your favorite horse, right?
Wait a minute. Why do you say the daughter wasn't important to him?
Because he had a son. And you got to think about this from a patriarchal standpoint. She's only worth marrying off. She's secondary. Right. If you really, really wanted to make sure that everything went the way you wanted to, sacrifice something that you really, really going to miss. And the daughter was disposable. Yep. He loves her, but it's a girl, right?
Gotcha.
And you watch his wife freak all the way out as you're taking her daughter. Yeah. You was going to get shanked when you got home, bro. Yeah. Why did you think you would? Then you knew who you married. I love that she cleaned him up, made him skin all soft, got him all relaxed, got the massage, anointed his hair with oil, scrubbed his scalp, did his toes up and everything, and then shanked the shit out of him.
Got him all good and relaxed, thinking he about to get some.
Who played Agamemnon? Because I don't remember seeing his face.
They showed it like twice.
Yeah.
When the helmet was taken off and right before she shanked him.
Yep.
Because even in when his soul was taunting Odysseus, you couldn't really see his face because he left the helmet on.
Right. And that helmet was fire. I want to cosplay that helmet. It's great. I'm gonna get me one of them plastic skeletons from the Halloween store and spray paint it gold and put it on the back of a helmet. It's gonna be awesome. Take the spine out. But what else was I about to say? Marilyn is right. Women are sacrificed over and over again in Greek and Roman mythology.
Yes.
Women are expendable.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Again, like you said, only for marrying off.
Yeah.
And joining with
they're a pawn for political gain. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And did they ever say, because I don't remember this. I don't remember this part from
Benny Safdie.
What?
Benny Safdie is the actor who played Agamemnon.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the
about Helen of Troy. You know, it was a jump scare in the movie where you see her and you see her profile and then she turns and she's all scarred up on this side. Mm-hmm. Did they say what happened to her?
No. Mm-mm. Not explicitly, no, they didn't say. But I guess you're left to assume that one side or the other scarred her face so she wouldn't be taken again, I guess.
I wouldn't be surprised if Bernthal did that sign, because the way he was treating her like property, he probably did scratch and dent her so that nobody else could take her. Again, she's no longer the most beautiful woman in the world. But also, what was I about to say? Oh man, I forgot. It was something about. Oh yeah, I remember thinking in the movie theater when I watched it and I first saw her face turn, because that's pretty much the first time you see her on screen and you see her and you catch that scar. I'm like, all the cussing and fussing these people did about Lupita playing her, and they didn't jack Lupita up anyway. So did you really want them to jack up? I don't know. Who's a pretty white girl? I can't think. Did you want them to jack up, insert pretty white girl here?
Right.
And it's not like she had a whole lot of screen time either.
3 scenes tops, if that. Mm-hmm. So
say goodbye to Simone. Bye, Simone.
Bye, Simone. See you next month.
No, won't see you next month either. Dragon Con.
I mean, for this show, we gonna find a way to get this in before Dragon Con.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Have a good night.
So
we'll change it.
I get to be up top. Yay. So we think about another thing that I thought was interesting was the character of Penelope, because she was very much playing what I felt was a realistic wife of a king in that time period. She, like, when she was talking to her son and he's like, the throne's been empty, she goes, I've been sitting on this throne for 20 years. I want my husband back. And if it weren't for the fact that she was a woman, she would have just been the next ruler.
Yep.
But they won't let her rule. They have to marry her off.
So somebody else, which is why Zeus's law, all the suitors were in there eating up all the food and whatnot, making themselves comfortable at home. But and to her credit, she held out as best she could, because she was waiting for her husband to come back. 2, she also didn't want her son to die, and that's something he couldn't understand, because no matter who she married, the first thing they were going to do was kill him,
right?
Because you can't have a rightful heir. You can't marry the queen while the legit heir to the throne still lives, because once he becomes of age, you now have to step aside. Because the queen is no longer the queen. Her son is now king. She becomes queen regent, or whatever term may be for that region or whatever.
Mother,
and you are just the dude who married the queen regent. You're not king,
right?
And we've seen that particular prince cannot handle himself. He got no hands.
He got no hands. He did pretty good towards the end. He'd been practicing a little bit more, but he ain't had them hands at all.
Nah.
He got beat up a lot.
I will say, going back a minute to Bernthal playing Agamemnon's brother. He played this dude is way too successful at playing unhinged.
He might not be playing.
He is way too successful. Again, from Shane to The Punisher and this role, and a couple of other things I've seen him in. He's playing unhinged way too well.
Now, I will say, I have seen him play sneaky, sophisticated. I've seen him play a loving husband. And some of he was the husband in Origin, which was the story, the backstory behind the book Cast by Elizabeth Wilkinson.
Okay.
It was
yes, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
That's why also I like Bernthal, because he be married to the honeys, like he be married to the sisters over and over again. Like they say we need a dirty white boy to be in love with a black woman. Ooh, I got just the guy, and it's him.
It's either going to be him or old boy from The Walking Dead.
Rick's actor?
No, the dude who he had the racist older brother who died.
Rode the
motorcycle.
Daryl, yeah.
Daryl, thank you, Daryl.
Yeah. Daryl's cool. He gives good dirty white boy too. And I don't mean that in a pejorative way. That's a positive thing. Dirty white boy is great. But when I saw him in Origin, he was so he was a beautiful, tender, and loving husband in love with his wife, supporting everything that she did. And it was a great movie. It was a great role for him. And then when I saw him in His and Hers, and also if you want to understand how evil white people are, watch His and Hers. Especially when we're talking about everything around the Nolan Wells case right now. There are some parts in that make you understand why you should never go anywhere alone with them ever. Spoiler, that's a major spoiler, but I can tell you that you still won't know what's going on until the next to last episode. But
His and Hers with Tessa Thompson.
Yes.
Yeah.
He plays a sheriff who it's reminiscent at points of The Mighty Quinn, if you remember that movie with Denzel Washington.
She's a reporter, isn't she?
Yeah.
I've seen trailers for that, but I couldn't remember what the name of it was. Thank you for that.
She's a reporter, and she's married to him, and he's a sheriff in this town just north of Atlanta, right? But there was a movie that Denzel did called The Mighty Quinn 40 years ago. Yeah. And wait, no. That's not The Mighty Quinn. It was another one. It was something burning or something. I'm going to have to look up the title, but in the movie. Burning? Say what?
Mississippi Burning?
No. It's a
Man on Fire?
No. I'm gonna look it up. But in the movie, let's see, Denzel movies. I forgot that he'd done all these doggone movies. They're top 25 Denzel.
No, not top 25. You have to narrow it down by Denzel movie, year, and who else was in it.
Right. Let's see. Denzel movie.
Devil in a Blue Dress?
No.
Courage Under Fire?
Nope. Out of Time. Y'all were never gonna get that. The movie was I typed in Denzel movie had an affair. So in Out of Time, he is set to investigate this woman, I believe, who has been killed or somebody has died, and it starts to butt up against the fact that he is cheating on his wife with this woman. So he's got to figure out how to keep all that undercover, and that's what it's giving in His and Hers, because Bernthal done some stuff, and now he got to make sure they don't find out what he was doing while he is the chief investigator on. It's a mess. It's a mess, but it also has a very good cautionary tale towards the end about why you don't send nobody out there alone with white people, because they don't know how to act. But he was also good in that. I felt for him. I felt for his character, the nervousness, the sneakiness, trying to figure out how to get around DNA samples and everything. It was really good. I was riveted. Once I watched the first episode, I was in. I was locked in, and I highly recommend His and Hers. It's a great show.
So before we move on, final thoughts and words on the Odyssey before we get into other stuff.
I thought it was beautifully shot. Oh, you know who we didn't talk about is Elliot Page's character, because I thought he did a good job too. Again, a controversial character that didn't have a whole lot of screen time, right? Maybe 10 minutes total, if that.
Yeah, everybody was saying, why do they have him playing? Because they thought he was playing Achilles.
Nope.
And he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Achilles wasn't even in the story.
Nope.
Right. People just get mad over nothing because someone's different. Right. Someone is not cis het white dude, and why are you in this movie? Because other people can be in the movie, right?
Right. Not to mention this and Troy are two totally different stories about the same event.
Mm-hmm. Yes, from different points of view. Oh, you know who we didn't talk about? Whack ass Robert Pattinson. I hate him all the time.
I did not know that was him.
I knew it was him the moment he showed up. Because the first thing I said was, it's Glitter Batman.
Right, you say Glitter Batman.
Yes, I merged the two characters together.
Not Glitter Batman. I despise the Twilight series with all my being. Let me tell you how much I hated it. I had the free DVDs back when you used to bootleg DVDs. One of my friends had burned them for me, and so me and my friends was gonna cook dinner and watch them, because we were waiting on the next movie to come to the movies or whatever, and watch and catch up doing that. I watched the first 20 or 30 minutes of that movie, and I just got up and went to the kitchen. My friends were watching. I started cooking dinner. I didn't want to see the rest. And they didn't want to either. As soon as I walked out, they were like, can we watch something else? Absolutely. Absolutely. And I never went back, because my thing is, where are your parents? How you fall in love with a marble statue that glitters? And why, if you were 1,000 years old, why do you keep going back to high school? You couldn't pretend to be a businessman in this city?
Something to do during the day, I guess.
Right.
But you want to get your R. Kelly in high school.
If you don't burn up in the sun, you just sparkle. Why don't you take your sparkly ass around the world? Chase the sun or run away from it. Be somewhere at night, everywhere around the world, all the time. They always see you at night. You could have done that. You could have been a jet setter, and then do a mystery thing. So and so died, and then you come back again 30 years later. You could have done a lot of things other than troll a high school.
That part.
But here he is again, being another creep, because he is a total creep.
Yeah.
In this movie, he's a creep and a jerk and a total coward.
Mm-hmm.
Right. When the fight
weapons are falling down, he's like, "Get the spear! Right.
Mm-hmm.
Telling everybody
else to
go fight.
Get the shield. I'm like, why is this
Get him
fighting himself?
Right. Why are y'all fighting and risking your lives with somebody that's not even king yet and wasn't gonna be king even then?
And you've already seen that Odysseus is back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There's a part of me that anytime I see a movie like this, and not even a movie, anytime there's a fight scene where it's 1 versus 100.
Mm-hmm.
After I see you take out the first 8, 9, 10 dudes, I'm done. It's a wrap.
Which is why in this film you saw a number of people okay, this ain't gonna work. Let me bend the knee and put my head down.
Right. That's Odysseus. I ain't fighting him.
Nope.
That's the real. He strung the bow. There's no way. Oh, he shot it. That's him. Let me go ahead.
Right.
My king, thank you for returning. Shit, how did I get my ass into this nonsense?
You know what that reminds me of? The guy that does the fake interviews as somebody that got beat up by a hero, he's like, I didn't know he had hands like that. Neither did I. And he has like
Yes.
2 inhalers. I can't breathe. He was throwing people around like darts. Oh, I love that guy.
Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah.
I'm a little upset that the servant that was betraying Penelope, I'm sad they didn't kill her.
How do you?
And I know how bad that sounds for me to want them to kill, but I'm just like, no, she deserved to get it too.
Well, they may not have killed her outright, but they didn't save her either. Because remember, Penelope slammed the door in her face. I think your place is out there. Yeah,
yep, that's true. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like,
she definitely wasn't going to be serving in the royal palace anymore because she can't be trusted.
That part.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Betrayal is already put out there.
Mm-hmm.
Queen probably already told her son, yeah, so if you see so-and-so, you make sure she don't step foot in here again.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And shout out to John Leguizamo for holding it down for 20 years and never wavered.
Right.
And the dog who waited until his master came back to wag his tail one last time and just died. I was like, oh, the dog. That was so sweet.
Yeah. The dog was like, all right, you're back. Now I can rest.
Yep. Because dogs don't live 20 years. And remember, the dog was already 5 or 6 years old when he left for 20 years.
Right.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. This dog is 200. What is 25 times 7? He is 275 years old.
That dog was ready to rest.
Mm-hmm. Lay it down, bro.
Yeah.
Which to me, that was a really cool scene of with him rubbing the dog as he's passing away. And then they cut over to Tom Holland and he finally realizes, oh shit.
This
That's
is my
dad.
dad.
That's my daddy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but final thoughts, it was a great movie. If there are people out there who are still thinking about going to see it, I would recommend seeing it in IMAX.
Yeah, it does play really well. It definitely needs a big screen.
Yeah.
You regret not seeing it in a big screen.
So the first time I saw it, I didn't see it in IMAX, and then I went a second time and saw it in IMAX. It is definitely an IMAX worthy film.
yes. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Concur with everything y'all said. Must watch. Stop listening to idiots online. Go see the film.
Speaking of idiots online and bad casting, et cetera, et cetera. Look, can we talk about Children of Blood and Bone real quick?
Yeah. I just want to say one last thing before we move on. I saw this thing that I sent in our chat. I want to read real quick. Someone said, I'm going to see the Zendaya movie where Tom Holland goes to get help from John Bernthal this week. Which one? Both of them.
Nice.
Damn it. I'm so mad I'm not going to be able to watch that this week.
So
I think it's awesome that all three of them are in both movies. I just watched Bernthal and Holland do Hot Ones, the Hot Wing show.
yes.
They did it together. I didn't realize how much friends they were. They've been friends for like a decade or so.
Oh, wow.
They are homies. Yeah. And so they really talked about how much they love being able to work on both of these epic movies together. You know, it's been great. That's awesome. And the fact that when Chris Nolan told Tom Holland he got the part of Telemachus, he was like, and you can get your wife to play Athena? And he's like, ooh, let me tell her. And so he goes home. He's like, I got the part. She's like, that's great. He goes, and guess what? She goes, what? He's like, they need an Athena. And she's like, don't play with me. I love, you know what? I love the way he loves her, and I hope that they are happy forever. Yeah. I wish all blessings on both of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. What else we got that we've seen?
Do we want to talk about X-Men?
Yes.
Wait, the season thus far or a particular episode?
And take your pick. I'm just throwing it out there. We don't have to. I'm just throwing it out there.
Let's keep it general. The season thus far.
Thus far, yeah.
I did watch today's episode at work.
Yes, I haven't watched it yet.
Today's yet. Ooh, yeah.
So yeah, let's not talk about that. So let's not let James talk because he don't know how to not.
All I'll say is, of the season so far, I have enjoyed most of it. There were 2 episodes that I feel like we could have done without. There was the one where Wolverine is the main character of the episode.
Yeah.
Oh, the Dirty Dozen episode where he basically gets his friends killed.
Yes.
Yeah, just so he can get his powers back.
Right. And
just say that.
Oh, well, that's right, because we are spoiling stuff. Yeah.
No, but I mean, like, he could have just said that. Don't be telling me we're going to do some secret mission to free somebody and you really just going to get your powers back.
Claws back,
that.
right. You're going to get your adamantium back. Just,
right.
Because I'm sure most of them, except for maybe Sabretooth, probably would have been like, all right, bet, let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Sabretooth wouldn't help him do that.
That's what he said. Everybody but Sabretooth.
But Sabretooth, yeah. And Deathstrike. I don't think Deathstrike would have helped him either.
I don't know. It depends on how much she put it on him.
Remember, she still hates him for killing her father.
Does that do we know for certain that actually happened in this universe?
I mean, it happened in the original series because that's why she starts attacking the.
That's right.
X-Men.
Yeah. Okay. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. When she says like, "Oh, I'm after you because you killed my father."
Yeah.
And remember, he technically not his fault. The initial adamantium bonding made him lose his.
Yeah.
And he stabbed the first thing he saw, which happened to be her daddy.
Yeah. Can't hold that against the man. It's temporary insanity.
The other episode I didn't particularly think was needed was Jubilee's episode. Yeah.
Her episodes are never needed.
Nah. Sorry. Nope. Episode 2, X-Force. I'm sorry. That we needed that episode.
Why?
We needed an episode to further show Jubilee growing up in this universe.
Okay.
Because for the entirety of the original series in the 90s, she is a teenage kid, right? And in season 1, they let her finally, like, they try to do that a little bit with the Mojo episode in season 1, where it's like she's celebrating her 18th birthday. All right, cool. She's a little more mature, but she still didn't do much in season 1.
I'd see it.
In this episode specifically, though, if you pay attention to the intro, they kind of fast forward that a little bit, because in one of the scenes in the intro for that episode 2, she is blindfolded and training with Psylocke.
Yeah.
So that's showing more growth and development of her powers. And then to watch her turn the X-Factor base upside down to free those children solo. Yeah, I'm sorry. We needed this episode only to show her continued growth and development to an adult of the child that we've already known her to be.
So you're right. You're right. I just don't like her.
The reason I don't
and that's fair.
The reason I don't think we needed those 2 episodes though was the main arc of this season is supposed to be Xavier versus Apocalypse. Now, if you factor that in, the entirety of the episode of Wolverine getting his powers back, and as great as that episode, and again, don't get me wrong, I liked both episodes. I just don't think they were needed as
story-wise
episodes.
Okay, that's fair.
Because Wolverine could have gotten his powers back. Actually, you could take the core story of those 2 episodes and make them 1 episode.
I was thinking the same thing.
Because remember, we're only getting 9 episodes.
9 episodes.
Yeah,
we got cheated this season.
Fluff. And again, as good as those 2 episodes are, this is about Apocalypse. We need to be focused on taking down Apocalypse. The other thing is, I don't like the way they threw away Danger. Because in the comics, Danger
last week's episode
is when the Danger Room became sentient.
Oh, I missed that. I'm an episode behind.
Oh, in the comics, Danger is a much bigger threat. In last week's episode, and they dispose of Danger a little bit too quickly for my particular taste. Now, if Danger ends up being a major part of the next season, all right, fine. But right now, it doesn't look like they really did anything with Danger. So that's and again, because we only have 9 episodes, we don't have time for fluff. I don't think.
What if it's just putting Danger out there, like you said, to be used for later, and we don't know in what capacity, but at least put it out there so that the next time we see Danger, like you said, they are either a bigger threat or they play a bigger part in some other storyline.
Did it need to be a full episode?
I'll
say it this way. Before you answer, I'll say this. My opinion, purely my opinion, anything this season that is not focused on us taking down Apocalypse does not need to be a full episode.
Okay, so the Danger episode, I say, is definitely needed, because while you may not like how they use Danger in that episode, remember what was going on in that episode.
Yeah.
Outside of Danger, as far as Xavier.
Yeah, absolutely.
So like you said, Xavier versus Apocalypse is the setup for this entire season. You got you still developing the Xavier part, which was the crux of that whole episode. Yeah, Danger's probably the antagonist or villain, if you will, they chose for that particular thing because of what he was doing at the time. And it makes sense considering, and technically it's Forge's fault because he rebuilt the Danger Room to be self-learning and self-aware.
This is true.
So if anything, I'd be mad at Forge. Like, yo, the safety protocols didn't work, bruh. Like you and Beast need to work on your programming skills. Like
Right.
I think that's a byproduct. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Joey.
It's a great example of why you can't just let AI be running out here, running free in the streets, because you see what happens.
That part. But no, I get what you're saying. Some of these plot points could have been condensed into one episode.
Like, you know, meanwhile, you know,
right.
What was the old Super Friends? Meanwhile, on the other side of town.
So and so yeah, because they did this. So again, again, and going back to last season, the Mojo episode with Jubilee was 2 episodes in one. Like it was something going on with Storm because remember she was away with Forge, and so it was the what was it? It was that crazy owl, the antagonist or whatever it's called. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, like part 1 of that interaction was the first half of the episode, and then Jubilee's 18th birthday was the second half of the episode, because that was like a 45 minute episode. That wasn't the regular 23 minutes. That was an extended episode to put both those storylines together. But so I get what you're saying for the Wolverine episode and the they couldn't do Wolverine and the Wolverine's episode with the X-Force episode because they were probably, I guess they make it seem like they were happening at the same time because that was episode 4 and this is episode 2.
The other thing,
and they were already back in the present.
Since you brought up last season, I would also say last season they had a little bit more leeway to kind of be all over the place because you didn't have a focal point. You didn't have a main villain per se. Last season to me was about the X-Men are back and we're going to throw out all this stuff and see what sticks.
I would say they were pushing the storyline forward because I always felt the original series in the 90s danced around certain things instead of actually addressing them, right? So they didn't, no matter how many interactions they had with Graydon Creed, they never really dealt with Graydon Creed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The most concrete thing, like they kept dancing around Sinister, but they never dealt with Sinister. You know, the only storylines that felt like that were totally fully fleshed out from beginning to end was the Phoenix and Dark Phoenix sagas, and everything else is pretty much like, let's keep these things open-ended so we can constantly bring them back whenever we need to.
Yeah.
And that's how the original series felt. This one was kind of like, yeah, some things we just need to wrap up and put a pin in it until later. But we need to move this storyline along instead of just having these pieces out here just dangling in the wind.
Right. That's one thing I didn't like about the original series is you be going so far, especially during that apocalypse time, you be going so far, and then you get like this beach episode. Like what is happening right now? Not necessarily beach episode, but you know, like something that felt like filler, and it wasn't like they were following the manga. So what do you need this filler for? But it felt like it was disjointed. They would do something else. You know, a day in the life of Earthquake or whatever. Like, why are we here? And then come back. But also, I want to say, Charles Xavier ain't shit.
Nope.
Yeah, absolutely.
He ain't.
No, we know this. Yeah.
This series, I think they have a chance to do here what they did with the Acolyte, where you show somebody who is seen to always take the moral high ground to be ain't about shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And what I like about it is anybody who reads the comics, you already know Xavier ain't shit. But if your introduction to the X-Men is only the series from the 90s, then you might think he's this amazing, wonderful individual. And the rest of us are like, nah, he ain't shit. They're just not going to show you that. I like that. Yeah, like you said, they're showing he ain't shit.
They're actually showing that he ain't shit. And they actually started that with last season.
Yeah.
Because
how you be on a whole nother planet getting your super freak on? Because again, the world is dying over here.
And that's the part that bugged me with last season up until they showed him in the Shi'ar Empire. I'm like, why do we why do they keep saying Xavier's dead? Like, we watched the cartoon. He leaves at the end of the series. The series ends with him going off with Lilandra to the Shi'ar Empire. Like, the first 5 episodes, I'm like, why do you keep saying he's dead? He's not dead.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why are we dancing around this? Why did I even put that in the storyline? I could see if, you know, they're putting that out there for the general populace that he's dead. But they themselves, the core characters we're following, are all saying, yeah, since Xavier died, he's not. Even Magneto, when he shows up, you were there in the room to help him telepathically reach Lilandra. You're talking about, yeah, Charles Xavier's last will and testament is, you X-Men are mine because he's dead now. Like,
and another thing,
if
Charles Xavier really wanted the humans to get with the mutants, just mind control them, bro. I mean, you had ample time and opportunity to just do a whole blanket thing like he did in one of those X movies where he froze everybody for a few minutes. If you can do that, just glitch everybody's mind and be like, mutants are our friends, and then leave it at that.
That part.
Yeah, but here comes the free will nonsense. I'm about to say something very hypocritical because, again, if you read the comic books, you know why. He thinks that's an abuse of his power, even though he's already abused his power several times with a particular redhead. And if you know, you know.
I don't care if it's an abuse of power, because if you really want to save your people and their people, do this. It makes perfect sense. It's relatively non-invasive, right? You're just planting a memory that we're all friends.
But
revolution, and then so many lives will be saved.
Right.
Including Gambit, R.I.P.
I have a feeling we're going to see Gambit again.
He about to make a name for himself or somewhere up in here.
No, I'm talking about in X-Men 97.
See, this is why we don't let James talk, because even his face is saying Gambit is already back. Like, you,
I know.
There's no point of you. Like,
the only thing I know for certain is Apocalypse brings somebody back to life. I don't know if it's Gambit or not, but he brings somebody back to life. I'm leaning towards Gambit, but I don't know, because, like I said, I haven't watched this week's episode yet.
We'll figure it out so James can stop looking up this time. Right. Okay. But, like, they went back in the past to try to deal with Manure before he became Apocalypse. They had plenty of time to just wring his neck. All you had to do is murder him.
Like Rhodey said, go back and find baby Thanos.
The way he did that, though, was terrible. He goes, just, bruh, that's how you want to do that.
The reason that didn't work in the past was because, again, Magneto and Xavier, different opinions on how to do that, and Magneto convinced Xavier to trust him, and Magneto did not. I don't know if Xavier would approach it any differently, but they held too much from him.
Why would you roll up on somebody that you know already has trust issues?
Right.
And start lying to him about who you are and where you're from. Even if they wanted to say we're here as mentors, they could have said we're from the future and we're trying to make sure we have the best future possible. So if you work with us and do this, it could change everything. That also could have worked.
The other thing, though, that gets me is, and I know if you do this, it makes the series real quick to end, but the person who was responsible for them being in the past could have just sent Wolverine into the past to kill him.
Right.
I mean, I know that makes the story end too quickly, but to me, if you're going to do a thing, I don't know.
Would Wolverine have succeeded if you just sent him to 3000 BC by himself? Because remember, Manure had a freaking army.
Before he had his powers? Yeah. Then again, I don't know that Wolverine
would be a child. Well, so
he just kind of had super strength and regeneration.
He had his powers. He didn't have the full armament.
He didn't have Ship's powers. Yeah.
Right.
Enlighten me. Who is Ship?
I
know it's a spaceship.
So
but whose technology is that?
I don't know if we're ever told that. All we know for certain is that Ship is obviously from some alien civilization, but they never go into too much detail as to, is it from the Shi'ar Empire? Is it from the Skrull Empire? That part we don't really know. They just say, it's alien technology.
Okay.
Yeah. And very old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, which I would like. That would to me would be kind of interesting, is if they would find some kind of way. And I'm wondering if we're going to see Kang again.
I would not hold my breath to see Kang again this season.
Because Kang was like, "Oh well, my part failed. I'm out. Peace."
Yep. My attempt to take over in this era is done. So I'm deuces.
Yep.
Which I was so happy they threw that in there, because that is comic book accurate.
And that's one another thing that irritates the fuck out of me. If we can do time travel, you mean to tell me we can't make Xavier walk again?
No, we can't.
We can time travel.
Nope. We have a mutant who can make up anything his mind can imagine. No, we can't make Xavier walk again. What the hell is wrong with you? You literally have a mutant 2 doors down in your mansion from your master bedroom who can make whatever he can imagine. Yo, can you imagine a pair of legs for me to walk in? Just like he had on the Shi'ar Empire?
Mm-hmm.
When we saw him at the end of season 1? Yeah.
Yep.
You can't recreate those legs? Nah, we need to plot of you being paraplegic.
What if the injury is psychosomatic? What if he really can walk, but his brain is convinced him that he can't, and that's why nothing will work?
So
I like
this
that.
is something. So here's something they did in the original series, and Fears, you probably remember this as well. I don't know if they actually did this in the comic book or not, but when Xavier and Magneto are tricked into going into the Savage Land and they lose their powers, Xavier is walking. Because for whatever reason, and I don't know, like to your point, Joy, it being psychosomatic, but for the sake of the cartoon back in 1990, blah, 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 whenever that episode aired, he's able to walk around with Magneto because he has no powers. And the moment they destroy the machine blocking their powers, his mental telepathy kicks back in and his legs go.
Yep.
He's back to walking around like immediately. So, yeah, but I don't know if they ever explained that, because I don't know if that actually happens in the comic book or not. There's no explanation given to it whatsoever, because it makes no rhyme or reason.
I don't know if that particular example happens in the comics, but there are numerous times throughout the comics where Xavier is walking again. It's almost as if, there's a...
He can walk the way Stevie Wonder can see.
Oh God, yeah. Because all the stories I hear people tell about, I'm like, I gotta.
They got video of Stevie Wonder, like somebody knocked a microphone stand over and he caught it.
I got a feeling Stevie is probably legally blind.
He might even be mostly blind. But yeah, he might be able to see like shapes and grayscale. You ain't 100% blind.
No. Because the stories we hear celebrities tell, because again, why would they lie? Why would they lie about it?
All right, let's bring this back to X-Men before.
If you're not watching X-Men 97, you need to be watching it. It is very damn good.
Very good.
I want to bring something up that I brought up in one of my chats with my fellas. Avatar: Aang, The Last Airbender, released on Paramount Plus. I'm not going to say what happens in the film. There's already enough video clips out there with scenes from the movie after the legitimate release, if you will. I watched it last night because I did a free 7-day trial of Paramount through Amazon Prime. I watched the movie, and I was both ecstatically amazed and grossly appalled at the same time.
Oh, wow.
Because the movie is fucking phenomenal. It is too big. It is way too big to be on streaming. There's no reason this shouldn't have gotten a national theatrical release. And everybody at Paramount, and I hope they see this. I don't care how you feel about it. I don't care if you're a relative of this or whatever, you can go to. Everybody at Paramount who made the decision to stop this from coming out in movie theaters and just shelve it to Paramount Plus, you need to lose your job. You also need to be tarred and feathered and pushed down a dozen flight of stairs. You also need to be dragged by horses over broken glass.
It speaks to their misunderstanding of the audience. because I believe that they made that decision because they were trying to drive subscription and viewership to Paramount Plus.
No one's going to pick up Paramount Plus outside of people who are Star Trek fans, because that's basically all that's left over there.
Right. And so they didn't count on that. And they thought, oh, people will come over here, but most people would do like you did and get a trial and then be done with it, because there's no really, unless you're a Trekkie, no real reason to be on Paramount Plus. But also the money would have been in the theaters. It would have done maybe not Demon Hunters, maybe not K-pop Demon Hunters level money, but it would have done decent.
It would have done very well, because you're talking about
very well, especially coming off the live action on Netflix. Now it's a great carry on from that. Now what happens to him? And being able to see all of that action on a wide, big screen, in the theater, they could have easily made several million and then put it on Paramount Plus exclusive and still get whatever views, because they don't understand people that watch cartoons and anime that are adults. We're going to watch it multiple times.
Yep.
If we like it, we're going to watch it. I can't tell you, even Erica, my best friend, who is not necessarily an anime person, has watched the entire Airbender series like 3 or 4 times. It's that good. And if the movie, like you said, is that good, believe in your work, believe in your IP, or your not IP, but believe in your product and put it in both places.
But Joy, I think part of what that last piece that you just said, the current powers that be at Paramount are not the same powers that be that made this movie.
That explains a lot.
Because this movie was made before they got sold. And honestly, I don't think the people who own it now, I don't think they understand entertainment. I think they see it as just a cash cow.
Yeah. If you see it as a cash cow, then you're not going to invest in it like you should. Because you end up leaving money on the table for a lot. Yeah.
You're canceling Star Trek. Now, there's been a lot of debate over the last couple of Star Trek series and whether or not they've been good. And I'm not here necessarily for that debate, but to cancel the biggest thing that Paramount is known for is just dumb. Like once Strange New Worlds, James, what season are they on right now that's on TV? Is it 3 or 4? Do you know?
4.
Season 5 is going to be the last season for Strange New Worlds.
Yep.
There is currently no Star Trek TV series in production.
Because Discovery ended. What is it? Academy's getting a second season, and that's going to be it.
And their second season has already been filmed.
So they're in post-production. Yeah,
there's no series in production. And that's not usually how things work with Paramount and Star Trek. But again, we got these MAGA folks who own Paramount, and MAGA and Star Trek just don't go together.
Because you already messing up talking about the Earth is round. They already done with you.
That part.
Star Trek should just be walking left forever.
But you get a chance to watch this film. Watch. Now, I will say, because that's what was it? Variety released an article at the end of last month. The movie is still being released in something like a dozen theaters in certain cities in California and New York, so it can qualify for Oscars, and only for one weekend.
There's a part of me that hopes it doesn't get anything just to spite Paramount. But then there's another part of me that's like, the people who did all this hard work,
right?
They deserve their accolades. Yeah.
I want the people who worked on this film to be rewarded for their hard work and what they put into this film, because you're talking about these beloved characters that you literally have a generation of kids who grew up watching. Again, we were all adults when the original Airbender was on. We were all well into our mid-late 20s when this show started, early 30s even. The kids at the time are adults now. Some of them with kids of their own who are probably, wherever they can find it, rerunning and watching this over and over again and showing it to their kids. You miss out capitalizing on that audience for what?
For what?
So yeah, it's disgusting because, and I see people saying, well, what if it flopped like Masters of the Universe? Those are two different things.
Two very different things.
Those are two very different things. Amazon and MGM knew they were probably not going to be successful at the movie theater with Masters of the Universe. And if you go to Amazon Prime right now and look at the rankings, their top 10, Masters of the Universe is either 1 or 2. I think it's number 1 in movies and number 2 overall for everything being watched on Amazon Prime. And that just hit Amazon Prime like this past weekend.
Yep.
Wait, the original Masters of the Universe?
No, the one that just came out earlier this month.
So I'm about to say, because that was trash. Okay.
No. The one that came out earlier this month with Jared Leto as Skeletor, that one.
Okay.
With Idris Elba as Man at Arms.
Man at Arms, yes. That one is doing very well. And that's what they knew it was going to succeed. Them putting it in the movie theaters was pretty much like you went on vacation and you're winning spending money to go on vacation as well. That's how they looked at that. This is just bonus money. This is spending money just to have and whatnot to do something else with, which also kind of pisses me off because they themselves are not doing the same thing with Voltron, which is coming out later on this year, only on Amazon Prime.
And that's something else that people would have gone to the theater. You got the nerds and everybody who just loves Voltron, and then you got all the people who are in love with Henry Cavill that would have spent money to go to the theater and watch this movie.
Which I'm surprised there was no trailer for this weekend at San Diego Comic-Con.
Because they don't understand entertainment.
They don't understand entertainment in the nerd spaces.
Right.
They feel like, why would somebody watch a movie and then watch a cartoon, or they don't understand who we are as a demographic. And I'm like, didn't y'all grow up with us?
That's what this like.
No.
Say what you want to about Disney and Marvel. They get it.
They sure do.
They're going to throw everything you thought you wanted at you, even if it's more than you can handle. They're like, oh, you like this thing back here? All right, throw that at you. You want this one? You're going to throw that one at you too.
Right.
But yeah, people in charge right now who are making decisions are just, they're just dumb. I can't call it anything else. They're stupid. And you can say, well, they're just looking at trying to make the bottom line. If you couldn't been looking at trying to maintain or increase the bottom line if you don't understand what it is that you're doing. Because to not understand something and shelve it because I don't understand it is dumb.
Yep.
How about you understand what it is that you're thinking about putting on the shelf before you actually put it on the shelf?
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I got to say about that. But I let's put it this way: before my free trial runs out, I will be watching this again at some point. I don't know when. I got 7 days. May not be this weekend, but I'm definitely going to watch it again before next Tuesday.
On what? The Avatar movie?
Yes.
James, now you and I both know there are plenty of ways.
Shut up! No, we're talking
shut your face.
about what you're saying.
Shut your face. Like I said, my free trial is up.
I think Erica's off this week, and I think she has Paramount. I might go over to her house and watch it because she's also she had let go of HBO. No, was it HBO? Yeah, she had let go of HBO, and so she's doing like a free month trial. She thought she would be able to catch up on all the House of Dragons episodes and then get to the end, but it seems like it's going to be a couple weeks that she's going to miss. And I was like, oh, I got my girl. I got to log in. So come over here. So I'll trade her Game of Thrones for Aang.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's all I've been watching.
Game of Thrones. Wait, are we almost out of time? We can go ahead.
We got about 10-15 minutes left.
Speaking of Game of Thrones,
go ahead.
The moral of the story on, I would say, this season of House of the Dragon is watch your mouth and mind your business.
Oh God!
For those of y'all who've been watching, if you follow the Burned King, that's what I'm gonna call him. If we can have Bran the Broken, I'm gonna call him the Burned King. So the Burned King storyline is, bruh, if you would quit trying to be so proud with your burnt up self, then maybe you can live through some stuff. But you keep wanting to act like, first of all, you was a trash king. I love that homeboy, his sidekick, Littlefinger's predecessor. I forget what they call him, Clubfoot or whatever. But I love that he's like, you're a terrible human. You're a terrible man. You weren't just a terrible king. You're a terrible man. And he had to sit with that. right? And he ended up being embarrassed about something and having to kiss somebody's boots. Like if you would just shut up and mind your business and do what you're told to get out the country, you'd be fine. But now you want to act up all the time. Like he reminds me of Viserys. Daenerys's brother that got the gold. Yeah, he reminds me of him. His unearned entitlement. You know. And then like who else need to shut their mouth and mind their business? Raina, also burnt, by the way. I don't know what happened to Raina's dreadlocks, but her hair is all gone, and she's sitting in some dusty cave with sheep stealer because they had messed up over on the coastline trying to get into something that wasn't none of their business. You want a dragon your whole life, right? You go find a wild dragon that don't speak High Valerian. How do you know, right? Just because you fed them some sheep and they let you ride them, and then you gonna put this untrained wild dragon in battle, you deserve what you got. You know, why not take that dragon home, show everybody, hey, I got a dragon, and let them decide if they're gonna send you to battle. Or maybe you need training. Yeah. So
in this series, dragons are much more plentiful than they were in okay.
Because this is like 200 years before the original Game of Thrones, when the House Valerian still, House Targaryen still ran the throne before the Mad King and all that other stuff ever even happened. Like this is a good 150 years before the Song of Ice and Fire even starts, where, you know, you had the one girl who had the baby and ended up being Storm and all that kind of stuff. All of this was way before that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But it's when the prophecy first starts to take root.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
This may be a series I'll start watching after Dragon Con.
You should. It's a good series.
Because somebody has me
you haven't started the first season. The first season, it's in season 3 now. The first season was great. The second season was wild, and this third season is shaping up to be really good too.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll do that after Dragon Con because somebody has got me watching another couple of series to get ready for some Dragon Con panels, and I've been keeping up with everything I'm watching, but not adding anything new because I've got homework that's lasted a very long time.
Can't mean me, because I told you to put a pause in that homework, because I ain't get that, and I'm not holding my breath for it.
You didn't say pause, you said slow down.
Pause. I'm saying pause right now. Pause.
Well, I'm still not adding anything new until after Dragon Con.
That's fine. You ain't got to work. Just pause, chill, because like I said, if you want to, you can, just in case. But I'm not holding my breath to get to get anything that I haven't already gotten yet. Understood.
But I've heard very, very good things about this series. Mm-hmm. It's just like everything else. I got so much stuff I'm already watching. I didn't have any room for it.
Fair enough. Look, as I told some friends last week when I was at trivia, I am watching 14 anime titles this current season.
Damn.
14.
Yeah, but James, a lot of times when you watch stuff, or at least the way I hear you talk about watching stuff, it doesn't sound like you really watch everything. Some of it is just background noise for you. No?
The anime that I use as background noise is anime I've already seen.
Okay.
And when I say already seen, I mean at least twice.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it's still subtitled. I just don't have to look down because I know what's happening. So it's not like I'm purposely watching in English. Now, I will watch Ghost in the Shell episodes, last week's episode and this week's episode. Actually, because episode 3 came out yet today, I think. Mm-hmm. But I will rewatch episodes 1, 2, and 3 in English tomorrow.
That's something I wanted to talk about. Is this new game? I mean, damn, I was about to say Game of Thrones. This new Ghost in the Shell.
Mm-hmm.
Something about it feels off to me
because it's different. It's a different take on. So if you watch the original movie that came out in like 89, 90, and then you watch Standalone Complex on Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, what you're seeing is vastly different than what was portrayed in those two things.
But the funny thing though is like take Trigon for example.
Okay.
Because with this new Ghost in the Shell, they're making it a little too cute for me.
It's definitely brighter tonally and visually, yes.
But I'm not against cute because when you go watch Trigun with Vash the Stampede and all of them, there's lots of stuff about that that's cutesy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even in the original.
Yeah, absolutely. But there's just something about this version of Ghost in the Shell that feels a little off.
So again, I think it's the tonal shift of what you're seeing, because when Ghost in the Shell originally came out, like I said, damn near 36 years ago, whatever it was dark, gritty cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Right. And so even when they expanded upon that into the first series, like I said, Standalone Complex on Cartoon Network, they continued that same tone. So there's very little that takes place in daylight, if you will.
Yeah.
Right. And even if it does, it's still a solemn, serious tone, whether it's a conversation between Mokoto and Bato, or Mokoto and then some other informant outside of Section 9 or whatever it is, but there's always tonally like yeah, maybe birds flying and people are walking by, not a care in the world. It's like daytime and grabbing a quick bite to eat, but it's like there's a purpose to meeting in daytime, so to speak. Like,
and I'm not saying that to say don't watch it, because
no. I think
if you haven't seen it, watch it.
Watch it, yes.
And even if you have seen it, still watch it and see if you like the tonal change, because the story that they're telling, I think, is a good story. It's a good series. It's just like you said, that tonal shift, for me at least, makes it feel a little off. But no, it's definitely one you should watch.
And I will say this is probably the first series of Ghost in the Shell since Standalone Complex that actually works with the changes they've implemented, because there have been other series since the original Standalone Complex and this that have either tried to continue Standalone Complex or retell the story, and they have failed miserably because they missed the point. And they think it's just the major out there kicking butt. And it's like, nah, she has a team. Like, even if you go back and watch the original movie from 89, 90, she still has, and they may not be Section 9, but she still has Bato.
Yep.
She still has Togasa and Ishikawa are there as well. The only three people I don't think appear in the original movie are Paz, Boma, and Saito are the only three I think that don't appear. But everybody else, as far as Section 9 characters, they show up in that film, even in like small roles. So it's like, I think they missed the point, because the major is such an iconic figure in anime. They figure as long as we have her, we can create the story. The story doesn't work without the rest of the team.
Fair.
And while this one does have the entire team, the way they've retold the story of this team coming together and how it's been built and why, I think that works towards the tonal shift as well. Because it's kind of like, and I'm just spoiling episode 1 here. On the one hand, you have the chief, the person who's over Modoko, doing this in such a way to like keep them in line. And at the same time, she's like, well, I want this team because the bureaucracy is full of shit and we need to get stuff done.
Yeah.
So it's like these two people have different opinions on why this team is being for, and they're constantly clashing as far as a power struggle, as far as what we're doing, how and why, because Aramaki is not happy with how they're doing anything, but he's still getting the credit for all their successful missions.
Right. But yes, if you're not watching it, I highly suggest
it's definitely worth watching.
It is a good show. And again, it's Ghost in the Shell is back on TV.
Right.
This is awesome.
Yes.
So that's all I got. If y'all got anything else before we get out of here?
Anything good that I've watched recently? I like to get into the K-dramas. And so if you like, this one is not a romance, not at all. It's I don't even know how to put it, but it's getting a lot of accolades online for being perfect. And it's a horror K-drama. So it's called East Palace, or The East Palace. and it's about this guy who can like see spirits and like, you know, exercise them or whatever, and a girl who can hear them. She's kind of his helper. She's also the king's daughter, but most people don't think about that. And the king actually kidnaps him to say, "Come get these spirits out my castle in the East Palace." And the things that go on after this, like the whole palace ain't shit, right? It's a really good show. It's not gory or gruesome, but they, you know, they have a tendency in horror in like manhwa or so on to have a lot of vines and like rotten things and dragon looking stuff and evil gross deities that look like they made out of old leaves and all this. That's a lot of that, right? Okay. But I thought it was really good. East Palace. If you like horror, I think it's pretty good. Mm-hmm. It's not super scary. Like there was nothing that I was like, oh my God, it's just ghosts.
Crunchyroll.
Ghosts that have a right to revenge. Like these ghosts are like, y'all earn that ass whooping. Yeah. Y'all should be haunted. You should absolutely be haunted. And I see why they mad. And I was on the ghost side the whole time.
Oh gosh.
So yeah.
And it is Crunchyroll?
No, it's on Netflix.
Oh, okay. Netflix. Sorry. Netflix.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Crunchyroll, James had me watching Wisteria, Wand, and Sword, and I'm like all in on that. Ooh, and Marriage Toxin. Marriage Toxin is cute too. It's probably coming back for another season. But this guy there's all these different people that are master assassins. There's a beast master, a poison master, a water master, etc. He's the poison master, but he's also in the next in succession in his line, and he needs to get married. So he's got to figure out how to find a girlfriend while he's out here assassinating people.
Okay.
Very cute.
And Wisteria, Wand, and Sword is not entirely my fault. You can blame Teresa too.
Yeah, because I think hearing y'all talk about it, I looked at it and then it started popping up in my suggestions, and I was like, I've heard James mention this a couple times, and I watched it, and it's great. It's really good. Mm-hmm.
Have you finished season 2?
No, I don't think I finished season 2. Well, maybe I did. The last thing I saw was him going with the lightning guy.
Yeah, he didn't go with the lightning guy.
Him being taken by the lightning guy.
Yeah, I was about to say, let's get that straight. Lightning dude was like, "You want to join my group?" "No." "Yes, you do," and is shocking him with
yeah, because he wanted to choose another group. He's like, "I choose this. I want to go. I choose this."
And he basically kept striking him with lightning until he fell unconscious.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Because the house he wanted to join was his childhood friend, who's an ice mage, and he wanted to join her because their goal was that they would both ascend the tower together. The problem is there's only be one head of a group. So even if he joins her group, they both can't be the head.
Gotcha.
So yeah. So basically, like when he passed his exam or whatever, and he got to, see which of those elements was going to choose him, because every element wanted him.
Mm-hmm.
He was about to make his decision because he had the choice. Because normally it's like one element would choose you based on your proficiency. But since everybody wanted him, he got to choose. And the moment he was about to join his childhood friend, who was, again, head of the ice group, Lightning Dude comes out and is like, "Nah, you want to rethink that." And is electrocuting him the entire time. Like, he's like, "Yeah, like Joy said, I want to join." He's like, "What? I can't hear you." And it basically electrocutes him till he's unconscious.
Mm-hmm. It's great. It's a great show.
But yeah, finish that, because what happens after that is even better.
Okay.
So definitely finish that. But yeah, Fears, you got? Oh, did you say you haven't added any new things? What is it that you are watching that was your homework?
Oh, all the animated Star Wars series.
Which one have you recently finished, or are you currently watching?
I finished Rebels, and now I'm going back to Clone Wars. But what I'm gonna do before I start the official Clone Wars, I saw on Disney Plus. Remember when Clone Wars just used to be a series of shorts?
Yep.
That's on Disney Plus. So I'm gonna watch that first, then watch the actual series.
Actual Clone Wars. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you watched Resistance?
Not yet.
Ever? Okay. But have you ever seen Resistance though?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No,
so
because
I will say, I would tell you this much: Resistance takes place between episodes 7 and 8.
Okay.
That much I will let you know. It takes place between movies 7 and 8.
Oh, wait a minute. No, I saw some of Resistance, and the first couple of the first like arc I didn't care for, so I didn't watch any more of it. Because I just looked it up and now I'm seeing the cover art for it. I remember the series now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, like I said, I didn't particularly care for it. Or at least maybe I didn't give enough of a chance because that first story arc just didn't grab me.
Fair enough. We'll discuss more offline.
Yeah.
All right.
This has been a good conversation.
Indeed. Final words before we shut it down for the night.
All black people are black, and we need to stop arguing amongst ourselves.
Then I'll be nice then. As far as my
go watch all the things.
Go watch.
Yes. Watch less. Look, spend less time watching the news and playing on the internet, and watch anime. Yes, and movies.
Yeah,
that part.
I will say, if you're curious about something, ignore the outside noise and check it out for yourself.
Absolutely.
Here's something radical. Form your own opinion.
Right? Because lately I keep hearing people talk about, man, I wish I would have watched Acolyte when it first came out. It's so good.
It's so good.
To tell you.
And that was the sentiment going around at StellaCon when I went to earlier this year, because there were a number of Star Wars panels, excuse me. Like they had a whole series of Star Wars panels, and almost every single one of them started out with, y'all hated on the Acolyte, and it was good. And it would have had a season 2, possibly a season 3. But nope, y'all tore it down and you didn't even watch it.
So something else we have to check out. I don't know anything else about it other than I just got this from a friend of the show, Phil Hairston. There is a new Attack of the Killer Tomatoes coming out.
No.
What do you mean no? It's supposed to be organic sentience.
Oh my God.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh my God. I think I do. I think I know where they're going with this. Basically the organic tomatoes, like you said, organic sentience, because they are organic and no chemicals or pesticides, they're gaining sentience.
Yep, they've evolved.
And decided humanity ain't worth it. And they're trying to wipe us out.
If the tomatoes and the AI get together, it's over. We done.
Oh, snap. It's going to be in theaters August the 7th.
Of this year?
Yeah.
That's like next Friday.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. I am not seeing that next Friday.
So I didn't realize. So just the 5th installment, I didn't realize there were that many Killer Tomato movies.
Yes. I didn't realize there were more than one.
Well, you do realize it was a cartoon, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That's why there were so many installments. The cartoon helped.
Okay.
But yes, according to this, it hits theaters August the 7th of this year.
Oh my gosh. Why? That's next weekend. Why?
They should bring back The Blob. That's good.
Oh, they keep trying to remake that film and nothing is as good as the original.
They should stop trying to make it a horror movie and make it a campy, ridiculous movie.
Exactly. Kind of make it like have you seen the trailer for what's that comedy heist movie that's got I can't think of who's in it, but yeah, it needs to be campy and funny and not serious.
Just be silly. Don't try to be scary. It's a Blob. Matter of fact, they could, if they really would, you know what? Hollywood called me because I already got a plot to how you can make it work. It's like Isekai slime into our world as opposed to us going somewhere else, mixed with a little bit of kaiju. And now you got a gigantic slime monster running around the world and it sucks up stuff. And then you still, be able to have like a point of view from inside the slime and you just see yourself, in a circle like this and suck up like some cool things. Like at some point, he's gonna have to suck up a radio that we can't turn off so that you can hear it coming. That would be hilarious.
Oh, and with that, we will
Haunted
see.
Heist. That's the name of it.
What's that?
Haunted Heist.
Oh yeah, that's on Netflix, right?
No, it's gonna be. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. It is already out. I don't know if this is Netflix. Yeah, I don't see what network it's on, but it came out back July 24th.
Okay.
So
yeah, I did see some trailers for that.
Yeah.
It is definitely silly as hell.
Spider-Man, New Day. Oh, so many things to watch out there.
Yeah.
We should have a lot to talk about next month.
Yes.
We will. Well, until next month, we will wrap up tonight's show and just say good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
So many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can't keep history on the shelf. If they won't tell it, we will.
If this the land of the free, it was a freedom then, when they annexed Hawaii and called it cedar lands, without any type of payment and no signing off. Called themselves the Republic in 1894. 1.2 million acres overtaken from the native Hawaiians. When they resisted, the West retaliated in violence and erasure. The Hawaiian language is banned as part of colonialism's plan to expand.
Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Multiple bombings of Kaho'olawe as a part of their ongoing war with Asia. Used it as a place for target practice. No consent or compensation. Colonizers call for annexation. No regard for all the locals. School will never let you know. So many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can keep history on the shelf. If we won't tell it, we will. Too many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can keep history on the shelf. If we won't tell it, we will. We will.
So if you put Hawaii into perspective, well, Black and Asian history is interconnected. Considering the fight with the Pacific, then of course versus Asia, they was treated as a middleman for war, but didn't let the Western colorism run its course. Cause dark skin was a sign of dignity to core. The land was taken in the name of capitalism, when prior to it was an actual kingdom. Clap back at the system.
Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Multiple bombings of Kaho'olawe as a part of their ongoing war with Asia. Used it as a place for target practice. No consent or compensation. Colonizers call for annexation. No regard for all the locals. School will never let you know. So many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can keep history on the shelf. If we won't tell it, we will. Too many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can keep history on the shelf. If we won't tell it, we will. So many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can keep history on the shelf. If we won't tell it, we will. Too many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can keep history on the shelf. If we won't tell it, we will. We will.